Hey everybody, it's your friend Sarmate here with another episode of Timberborn, and I hope you're having a fantastic and amazing day today. We are going to be playing with our districts a little bit more. In this one, we just got our new one built in the last episode. Down below here, we got it named District 2 right now. I'm going to go ahead and change that right away here. So we have a little lower district, and I want to have an upper district. Just to kind of differentiate the two a little bit better than just District 1 and 2. We probably will have more... we'll probably need better names here eventually, but for now we're gonna have lower and upper district. Did I spell that right? Yeah. Yep, okay, good. So we had an issue at the very end of our last episode where we had beavers that were living here, but they didn't have any water. So I put in a water tank and a water tank and a pump. Now you can see that obviously that these are built, and they were built by the workers that were here on this side of town. So they would run over here, come over and build this, and they ran down here and build this. But I don't, why they only built one of them, I'm not sure yet. So I want to check out the builder's hut here. Ah, so that might be why. So they reach a little bit better. So this, where does this go? So not quite there yet. So I think we're gonna try and move our beavers one more time here. So we had to go to the upper district and we did migrate population. I'm gonna set this to like that, and then I'm gonna migrate 2. I'm gonna migrate 2 adults from the upper to the lower, and we're going to do that, and we're gonna migrate. So that's gonna bring them to be living here, and I think we have one guy here, one person here. Excellent. Okay, but what we really need is to do this. So we need one more guy to run this. So hold on a second. Let's slow down just a touch more. Migrate. I need one more from the lower to the upper to the lower. Migrate. And then this guy should be operating. And now we should have water supply over here. So let's see if that works. So I think it's going to. And yeah, it's filling up. What I don't want them to do is go over here and fill this up. It is closer, so it might be what happens. Perfect. Okay, so he's running down and he's gonna fill up this tank. Excellent. Okay, perfect. That's what I wanted. Now we have a guy working here, we have somebody working the water, and we have a lumberjack. So we should also, well, I guess we aren't going to be getting it right away because they're going to start building this stuff. I was going to say a stockpile over here, but since this stuff is getting built up, it's going to take a lot of logs and a lot of planks. We don't have the planks yet, so I'm just worried about the logs for now. Let's get this going. Like a basic setup here needs to start going, and we're gonna go with a lodge to begin with. We did have a let's actually, you know what, let's do the double lodge. We had the bigger one before and we took it out, but I think I'm gonna add it back in here. So we'll do that. Actually, is that a lower one? Oh, that's right. I think that's right. Okay, so now we'll do this, and then we'll do this, and we'll do that, and 20 logs in there, and I'm gonna make this the priority so they have a place to be. Should be, so that needs planks, so they're gonna only get these things with the logs that don't need planks, I think. So that's good. Is what I want for now, and we'll get that started. So we need the planks for this. So let's go with our power. We're gonna do a power wheel, and we're gonna go like this, and we're going to put, actually, you know what, let's do this first. Let's go with a lumber mill on this side, rotate this guy around, and then our power, and I think we should be able to do the power on this side. And then of course we have to build a path. Okay, now the problem is becoming we don't have extra beavers, so let's just see if we can get these things built. It's only logs, so it shouldn't be that big of an issue. We got water getting brought over. That's great. Okay, that's good. So this is working out how I wanted to. Oh, it looks like these guys can reach this building. So let's just see this. Okay, it looks like they can reach that somehow. Interesting. So this builder's hut, while I definitely like this, I'm wondering if I can make it work for me a little bit better by moving it somewhere else. So if we do, oh, if I can even remember where that is, it must be labor. So builder's hut, or we have a second one. Oh, so if we put this in range here, okay, it doesn't do much better than what the current one is, unfortunately. So we'll just leave it as is for now. So they got the double lodge built up, but we still need the logs and planks. So what's going on here? Oh, these guys need food. Ah, shoot. Okay, so the other thing we need to do is get some blueberries in here. So I'm gonna move these guys back. So let's see, we've got 1, 2. It should be like 3. It should be 3 guys, right? Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna migrate population from the lower to the upper. It's gonna be 3. Okay. So we're gonna go put those guys back. They're gonna get their food, and then we can do plant crops. Let's see here. So we want carrots down here, and I wanted this little area to be for our housing, but I think we have to put in a farmhouse instead to begin with here, just because I didn't realize that we had to totally start over to get this stuff up and running down here as well. So let's go with our farm. It's gonna be under food, farmhouse, and we'll get this thing plugged in. That should work pretty nicely. If we put it sideways, we aren't taking up as much space. So we'll do that, and we'll go like this. Well, I guess it's the same amount of space you're taking up, but it's a little bit more better this way, I think. We could do blueberries. Area for planting. They used to grow 12. No, I want to get the farm in there. We already got it started, so let's do that. And we got the carrots, and let's go with, you know what? I'm just gonna do this whole deal like that. Carroty action. Okay, and then we'll get that going. So we have to have a beaver to work our. We need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 beavers down here. So we have to have 6 extra beavers. We have 7 unemployed, so we could move the 7 and really get this place started down here. I think that's what we're gonna do. So migrate, lower district. We want 7. Bring them on down. Okay, so those 7 beavers are gonna move down. Again, back and forth, and then we should be able to get this going a little bit smoother here. So only 1 worker. I'm gonna add another worker there for now because we did have 1 extra. I think this should work out just fine. So this needs to be a higher priority. Let's see here, and this is also a high priority, but we'll make this the highest priority, so they'll get that stuff built up, and then we can get to planting our carrots right away. Not enough logs. Okay. So what's going on here? Why can't this guy get these logs? So these should be cut or targeted. They are targeted. Maybe we just need to add an extra lumberjack. So I'm gonna go over here about right there and place this down. And so that should work. I don't know why they aren't harvesting these birch trees over here. Only 1 and 1. Okay. Let's see. Okay, there they go. They're getting to the tree, bringing it over. No goods in stock. Okay. Okay, so that's built. So now we have 2 beavers working the trees, and I see them building this small water tank, so that's great. We'll have this other guy fill this up, and then we should be okay with water for now. Down here, we have a beaver running on the power wheel, which is fine, but we don't need him yet, so we're gonna turn that off. We want to get our food going before any of that. So it looks like I'm gonna have to move our beavers back again. So it's kind of annoying when you have to keep going back and forth to get this set up. It's partly because I don't know what I'm doing, I think. But before they die, I don't want them to die. So we should have 7 beavers down here. We're gonna say 7, and we're gonna say migrate, put them back up, and we'll just do that for the evening. They'll get their food, and then they should be set for the next day. Ooh, and we got our big water tank done. That's cool. So one thing that we could do is get rid of some of our littler ones that are right here and build another one close by. Now that we have this big one ready to go. So I think that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna knock these out. These guys were huge help for us. They were instrumental in our beginnings. We'll do that. We got all of our beavers going over to this big old water tank to get it filled up, or to get their drinks, I guess, from their thirstiness. Okay, and now we can shuffle these guys around one more time, at least one more time. We'll go 7 again, migrate. Okay, and these guys down here, we got to get this food built up before we can stay down here, really, and that's kind of what the problem is. I guess I don't have to do 7 this whole time, but it's working, I guess. As long as we don't run out of trees. Now that's another thing that could definitely happen over here. Plant trees and bushes. So what we could do is get our some other trees. So chestnut trees is a new thing. I just want to read this quick. It says resources 4 logs, 3 chestnuts. 24 days to grow. And this says 8 logs and maple syrup, pine resin. Okay, so these have extra things nowadays, and I didn't realize that. So I think I'm gonna go with the how many days is this? 24. Yeah, let's go with pine trees to start with, I think. And we might as well plant this like right in here with all the other ones, like so. And then of course we are going to need a forester as well. And it looks like the drought just hit, which is unfortunate. So let's see if we can manage this. So we want to prioritize carrots. We're going to prioritize planting. And so this guy's hungry. And did they get the food that they needed? Probably not yet. Yep, not yet. So, what can we do? What can we do? Let's move these guys back again. Okay. And these carrots should be growing. So what we could do is, let's keep an eye on this. It's watered and alive right now. Let's make sure that this stays watered, and it should, because it's got the greenery. And then once this gets higher, we can bring the beavers back down here again, and then they should be ready to be harvested, and then they will have food, and it should be better. So this is going to get tricksy. So how are we going to be able to differentiate between this district having food and this district having food? That I'm not quite sure of yet. So we'll have to see what goes on with that, I guess. You know what I just thought of? So we were talking about these irrigation things before, where they had to carry things back and forth, the water. What if we had a large water tank over here, and it was just for these irrigation towers? That could be good. It'd be something that we utilize a little bit more. Okay, so let's check on our carrots here. It's 37. Okay, so we're just gonna let these be for just a little bit, get them growing up. And then over here, we also needed to have our forester. And that's gonna be probably under wood, and that's gonna be right here. It looks like we're gonna need some planks. Okay, that's totally fine. And this guy's gonna fit perfectly right in this space right here. And that's where we're gonna put it. Okay, and then we'll get that going. That'd be good. Oh, and you know what else we'll need over here is campfires as well. And I will want to build down here. So as this water comes in, remember we built this dam in the last episode, the levees. So this will fill up, and you know, this is probably too far away to influence this whole deal, I think. So we might have to adjust this a little bit. It won't be that big of an issue, I don't think, because we do want this to be green, and I didn't want to flood the whole deal, but I think that's what we'll do. We're gonna shift this down a little bit more. I'm gonna delete other buildings can be built on top of it. Yeah, okay. I want to delete this. I think I want to incorporate these trees because I want them to be able to be grown. Maybe not. Maybe we don't care about the trees here, because we could harvest these and then flood it. Oh, okay, so now that we see where this reaches from the drought's over, this might be okay then. So let's see if this goes any further. Fill this up at all. It doesn't. Okay, it's too far away. That's okay. Okay, all right, well, let's leave it as it is. We'll keep going this way. Let's check our carrots again. 74%. Okay, it's getting there, so probably by the next day, we will be able to get our carrots gathered, and then we'll start to live down here a little bit more permanently. Hopefully we don't have to keep going back and forth so much. But we've had to do that, otherwise we would have been losing beavers. We're up to 10 beavers unemployed now, which kind of is a lot. So, ooh, Trapper Shack? Yeah, Tapper Shack. I was gonna say that beavers being trappers is kind of a weird thing, but okay. So gathers maple syrup and pine resin. That could be good. Let's do that. I'm not really sure what those things are for, but while we're waiting here, we might as well. We have plenty of trees to get it, so let's get that going. It's only some gears, logs, and planks, and we should have some of that stuff sitting around. So here we go, got 8 and 112 and 380. So with this system not being able to run all the time, I think that's a benefit, because if it was, they would eat up our log piles, and then we would have a ton of planks but nothing else. Oh, and one thing that I also waited for was so that we had some more planks and gears. So I guess it's too late now, but when we have another little stockpile, we need to have one of these little deals, the high power shafts, to adjust the power. We need one gear. That's all we need. And we have enough planks. So you know what? We can do it now. Let's just turn this to be gone. And then we'll do this guy, connect it like so. And then we're going to do an L. And then that will be perfect. So that once it gets built up, which we should have the stuff except for maybe the gear, it will be good to go, and it will be all wind power, and we won't have to have a beaver running on the treadmill there to run that stuff. Oh, and look at this little thing that I screwed up. I need a little road there, bud. So there we go. We did have a little shrine down here from the last episode. I think I'm throwing another one. Let's put another one right there. Nice little spot. It's only one, so 1 block wide, so it'll work great there. Temple, we got that guy. Perfect place to relax by a river. So this could be cool. We can afford it. How are we doing on points? 1800? Great. Oops. Okay, so this is kind of neat. Where did that go? Okay, I like that. Can I do it up here? I could, I suppose, if I built another line of levees. But I don't have that, so I'm not going to. And this, I'm gonna put this right here. I think this will work great. It might be a little far away. No, it'll work great. Perfect. We'll run a line right there, and there we go. Get that working. And now our carrots should be good to go. They are good to go. So let's take those seven beavers again from the lower. No, I'm backwards. So yeah, that's why I labeled it. From the upper to the lower, and it's going to be 7 to start with. So we'll get that going. Get these guys to run back down here, and we should be able to gather. We should have water. We don't have planks yet, but I want to get this stuff going before we dedicate some guys to actually running our plank maker thing, sawmill, lumber mill. So we'll just let them do their thing here. So it looks like we're getting some good carrot action, and then the forester will plant the trees to replace the ones that we're using. We can really get going here. So that's going to be a priority, and that's really the only, well, I guess these things count as building, so we'll do that as a secondary priority, and we'll get these things built up, and then the beavers will have a place to stay overnight. Because now they just have to lie on the ground, which is sad. No shelter. The hunger is dropping. Homeless. Okay, yeah. So I don't know where we're storing the carrots in the meantime. Like right now, where are they stored? I have no idea. So kind of weird. I don't really have a good spot for this storage bin thing. Oh, it could go right here. Let's do that for now. We'll put a storage guy down. Getting the forester built up. That's great. And then we should be able to get our planks going. So what do we got here? 2 workers. Get those guys going. So we have 7. So we had 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Everybody is accounted for. So we need 2 additional beavers down here. We go up here. We have... So the 7 homeless beavers are the ones that are down in the lower district. And the double lodge is this guy. Okay. I think we have this working out. Okay. We have the double lodge. Large warehouse. Let's go. Housing. Mini lodge. Double lodge. So I want to keep like building this up. I think that would be cool if we do that. But of course we need to have the stairways that to get the first level done first. So, but I think we can have this started anyways, and we can do like that. And then what I wanted to do is these guys just go crazy on it right away. Great, super good. So what we could do is I want to do like a staircase here. So we're gonna we could go up 1 on this. And then we have to have a landing, so that's going to be a double. And then that's the landing, so then we have to have a double. And then we have to have a double again. Like so. And then I think we can get away with a single here. Is that right? Or do I need to go 1 more up? I think I need to go 1 more up. So that will work. That'll still work, because then we can do a staircase right there, and then they'll be able to reach it. Okay, that's not complicated at all. So how do we reach this one is the next question. So I guess what we could do is do like this. And don't want that to be a stairway. Don't want that to be a stairway either. Can I build? No, I can't build that over there. I didn't think I'd be able to. But we could go this way. So let's just kind of plan this out here. So we go up, that's this level. And then if we did a stairway or a pathway to get to here, and then we could do pathway, a stairway. It's flipping complicated, holy. And then, well, it's got to be a single so they can get up it. And then we can do a single and double. Can I build on this? And then a double. So that should work. Let's see. Yeah, okay. There we go. That is quite the deal to get to this triple stack of homes. It's kind of ugly, but it'll work. It'll work out, I guess. So another thing we could do is build platforms to go. No, that doesn't have space there. I was gonna say try and like climb up this way. Doesn't quite work very well. Okay, so that works. And I'm gonna just put a little pathway over there, and then we could do something like a terrace or something up top there, right? We do rooftop terrace. Oh, that, why doesn't that work? Not wide enough? Weird. I don't know why that doesn't work. But we'll just leave it like that for now. Okay, so how are we doing down here? So you guys don't have your access to your house yet. Or do they? No, they do not have it. Okay. Yep, it's turned on. Okay, great. So, oh, we need this stairway done because we need the planks. Oh, that's right. Okay, so we should be good to go now. So all of these are cut down. So let's pause this. Let's pause this and turn this on and turn this on. And let's get some of these dang old staircases built. I'm gonna need those planks. Oh, it looks like it went somewhere else. Where did they go? We lost a beaver from somewhere. We have the guy running in the power, but nobody to do anything with it. There we go. Okay, great. Get this started up. This is priority. Okay, so we should be okay now. Let's get a little bit of logs rolling in here. I think, right? Okay, so we can see like where we're at with this at least. So we need to have this done first. There's no point in any of these other stuff until we get that done. So that's marked. And there we go. Okay. Yeah, we're sleeping. Okay, great. Yeah, so now what do we got to do for our logs? Hopefully we have enough to get this done over here. I don't know what we're going to do. Well, we'll have to wait for the trees to grow, I guess, before we could continue if we don't have any logs to do anything else over here. So we'll just let that go for a minute. Let's check out our tapper's shack. So they're making us maple syrup and pine resin. That's cool. What we do with that, I'm not really sure yet. We might have to find that out here pretty soon. Let's just take a look. Let's see if we can find something. So we have decoration, monuments, scavenger flag. So that's metal from ruins. So it's probably not metal. Maybe it's probably part of a recipe for something. Ooh, okay, so bakery, maybe. Yeah, so right there on the bottom. I think that's maples. That's the sap. There we go. That's where that's from, looks like. So a grist mill. That's wheat and plant matter into flour. Okay, we got a grill. Aquatic farmhouse. That's cool too. So how does this thing working? Oh, that's pretty sweet. So they just hang out. It's a little spot to go swimming. That's really cool. I like that a lot. We got the little bit of a luxury spot there. I think that's only gonna work with our beavers in this district, unfortunately. We can always build another one down here once we get this water level figured out. So yeah, I don't want them to build these first. That's why I switched to priorities. So that might be part of our issue, is that they were putting these in first, and I want this first. That's got to be number 1, and then this has got to be number 2, like that. So if we could, maybe we get another beaver in the lumber camp, because it looks like we have a couple more birch trees ready to go. So I'm gonna turn one of these guys to one of these guys, and we should have one unemployed. We do. Great. There we go. Okay, so now that one guy should cut down these trees. We still need 7 planks. Unable to get all the required building needs power. Yeah, we know that, but we don't have any logs. Okay, that we also know. I don't know if we can. Let's see. How is this sort of this district within a district? Okay, so they can't share those guys. Unfortunately, can't bring our goods down here to help out. So that's an interesting concept. You have to basically start over every time you do a district. I didn't know that, so that's okay. Well, we learned it now. We know what to do. So not bad. We learned a lot this episode. Thanks for coming and hanging out with me. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you on the next episode of Timberborn.